FA, are you here? Because we have a jam pack FA.
Hello.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's even cut out, because today I'm for war. So let's just go into the topic of the day. Well, no, let's okay.
Let's greet people now.
Sorry. Happy New Year.
New Year.
I
Yeah.
am Olori, and I'm joined by people I thought were my friends. Can you
Mm.
please
Happy New Year. Oh, Eka is here. We
Happy
crossed
New Year.
over.
It's been
Okay.
building.
Wonderful. Thank you. We move on. Now, my spotlight, let me just go into it really quickly. So, up until yesterday, I really thought I had friends. Specifically because if my bae decides that he wants to have side chicks, and the side chicks decide to want to come on the online and embarrass themselves, not my bae, I don't think it's for my friends to bring it to me in such a disrespectful manner, not minding how I feel about it. So imagine for me to wake up and I see on our WhatsApp group with FA and this other girl that's here. What's that name again, please? Eka, thank you very much. Yeah, that's
Wow.
my bae has like some random girl or something is saying that my babe was a babe. They there for like 2 years.
Sorry,
They
please,
met
can we
him.
start by
Technical.
asking who is this your babe?
Addressing
I
the
beg.
bay,
Like
right?
first
Who
of
Right?
is the
all,
babe?
Who is the bay? Because
the
we
bay
didn't even know
is
the bay was your bay.
Please Alhaji Aliko Dangote is the bay. So please call him with respect, because one idiot was calling him Snoop baby, I be Snoop Kiniko. I don't really know why people are just rude in this life. So that's old enough to be your father. You're calling him superlicious.
Superlicious.
As in, I don't really understand what. Okay, sorry, you're not an idiot, but you really, as in, no, that's rude in our culture. That's not allowed. So yeah, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, that's the bay on the line. So please let me just inform everybody now going forward. If you find my man cheating, please don't ever
Come online.
text me as in WhatsApp. Please come with receipts and come to me in private. Don't go and embarrass me like this in public. And then somebody in this group, FA in particular, had the guts, as in the temerity, to now come and tell me that she's a mentor, that she's trying to look up to her. Mentor kill you there.
Yes.
Mentor kill you there. As in, you didn't see anybody else can
Oh.
mentor in your village. It's someone that is all the way in the abroad, doing only God knows what. Are you into real estate? Are you into real estate? Telling me, oh, mentor, that how to get a word of knowledge. Word of knowledge kill you there. Your parents are sent you to school. You didn't get the wealth
Wow.
there. You didn't get the wealth there. Excuse me, please. I told you I had some
And she
grievances.
has been
I need
holding it in.
security. I need security. Take this lady out.
Like, I don't understand what's meaning of this. Mentors. Okay,
Hey.
please. I've
Hmm.
said what I need to say on the situation. And in fact, before I even go, in fact, and then Clubhouse gone in. In fact, and sometimes people only blame the woman. Let me even blame my babe. Honestly, it is the kind of person that you're meant to be dealing with that is going on Clubhouse. No, as in, on a serious note. Now, you're meant to be moving like
Mm.
World Bank babes,
That's what you think.
CBN.
That's what you
Yeah,
That's
think.
that's
that's
the
stereotypical girl.
caliber. That's the because them they don't have an incentive to come to Clubhouse and be embarrassing us. Now your bum is in the outside. There are not many people coming out. You know,
No.
big daddy, Snoops. Like what's been about? He has stuck to your caliber, right? Would all this be happening? If you have put a ring on it for how many years now that we've been together, would this be happening? So please, I don't appreciate being embarrassed in the new year. Please, sorry, people can go on.
Please, we
Thanks.
have to promote this episode so that they will say Dangote's fourth bay
Comes out
comes out
on
via
podcast.
podcast. Oh
Oh,
my god. Do you know this
Hello.
whole thing? As in, we were just thanking God that we passed through
New
2020
Year.
and we're moving to the new year. We did not, we never knew that it was going to be Dangote. That was going to
Uh,
be the call. Like we were
as
used
in,
to Burner Boy and the rest, They are normally people that you expect, but Uncle Aliko. Oh my God.
Nah.
Oh God. It was hot. And they came with receipts.
And but
Well,
of all receipts, is it his bomb? As in, I don't like this thing. Just it's just doing me somehow. So you can't even show okay that he bought you Birkin bag, he bought you G wagon. Is bomb that they are showing? As I don't even understand that he took you to dinner. I
But
think
the
so,
but
no, there
okay.
are
yeah.
two different people here. Oh.
Yeah, two
And
different
that I'm
people.
saying one the only so-called receipt was her at dinner because
With
no,
him.
because true now, let's look at this from an investigative perspective, right? The clubhouse girl, it's only
Mm,
one pic of her of him and her in a restaurant.
restaurant,
Abi,
yeah.
no text message, kinikon,
No, there was a
no.
text
There
Okay,
was
message.
a
there
text
was a
message.
text.
Oh. There was even like a Snapchat or FaceTime picture, I think. But
Yeah.
then I mean you can get that anywhere, but still there was that picture.
Hey, girls are both. So what did she not gain? Waiting she gain now. Waiting we gain.
No,
Oh,
now see,
what did she gain?
let us look at it as you said in an investigative manner.
Yeah,
From my
please.
own eye now, because when did this happen? Like 31st, 1st of January. So I think maybe that clubhouse room was excuse me, was to discuss how your year has been, maybe what
Mm.
you went
So
through,
she yeah.
relationship. So she just started gisting and telling people in an honest manner, like
Mm.
open up everything that her ex
Yeah.
broke her heart, but he thought her so much, you know? And it happened that the name just fell off. Whoop.
Aliko,
And it's
Dangote.
somebody that we know, somebody that we do know well. I don't know if it was a Joe, or full, or whether Joe what now. If it was a Joe Concord that nobody knows, whether the name would have slipped out, I don't know.
I doubt
But
Mm-hmm.
it.
yeah,
That's true. Clouds, I want cloud chasers. So early in the year. As the year has not even broken, you're already chasing cloud up and down, up and down.
Mm.
That
I
he
mean, I think
broke. And this is a 1 year
yeah.
breakup. So sister, what really is the
No,
issue?
2 years, please.
No,
He's
two, I
So
new.
mean.
so two
Okay.
years breakup,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sister. The heart of man is incredibly wicked, honestly. When Bible says this thing, we better to follow the Bible. So 2 years now. So what is not the gain you want to come and gain? Because the guy have been coded for yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, and if even bring me to another issue, Nigerian men, you see how you used to embrace yourself. Now I'm sure when he was dating local contents, they know how to respect and not bring the news outside.
God.
They now wanted Forza specially forex based. Now see how everything has come out because no home based has come out really. They are all in their bros girls that have come out to say
They
okay,
did
this is
not
what's
bond
going
them
on.
well
No,
to come out now. Who are you? Come out
that
to
I'm
say who is
saying.
your sugar daddy?
This,
we've
Like
never even we've
discretion is
never even
key.
seen a picture by mistake when they're on
even
holiday.
the auntie, the beauty queen that tried to try to put her initial.
Yeah, that was the only thing that came out maybe years back that maybe something, but that was quickly
Like,
quickly squashed and she didn't give
exactly.
any receipts or any interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their problem is that they like variety. They like to
Yeah.
go
They like
abroad.
different.
They
Yeah.
like abroad speak. Meanwhile, it's the same thing that everybody is giving, but
Has
You know what? We should have gotten a guy for this podcast because I need to ask some key
questions.
questions. No, because I was talking to somebody about this and they were like, he has money. And
Mm.
I've seen one of these chats from is he Chinedu or that the guy was like, I have money, so it's hard to have
To
money in
be,
Lagos
yeah.
and be faithful. And and Aliko is not married from what we
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
so he's not violating any marriage
Yeah.
conventions. But I'm like the stress that sometimes, and I've heard this from like a few maybe like wealthy, like the stress that comes with juggling like multiple
Exactly.
women. Every one of them has an opportunity to take
Mm.
advantage, if that makes sense, either by getting pregnant, either by taking pics when you're sleeping and then blackmailing you with, like, there's so much risk involved. Do you get what I'm saying? For something that you want to do codedly, it's one thing if you're an outright a very flamboyant playboy, then okay, you may not
Yeah.
care. But if you're a coded person that you want your image really be about the business that you do and not
Yeah.
about your personal life or whatever. It's such a
Mm.
high risk thing. So why not get like one girl that you can say, okay, sister,
Not
there's
possible.
no, but that's why I want to get like a guys, because at the end of the day, if you're claiming that there's no emotional um basis,
Okay, but let me even
right?
say, if you're getting a guy, don't get a basic. You have to get a billionaire. You're going to bring a billionaire to come and talk.
Hi.
It's
True,
true.
true,
Because
true,
when I've
true,
asked a few
true.
guys, they keep saying they kind of alternate. They're never steady with it. Like they keep today they'll say this, tomorrow they'll say this. It's only someone who has been there and who has that money and has dated as many women to kind of explain to us why is one not enough? Why do you need to keep changing them? A typical guy will just give you, I don't know, the answer can fluctuate today and tomorrow in my own experience. So it's only it's only a billionaire that can come and sit down here and tell us,
Because as well, a normal guy wouldn't have experienced the kind of pressure
exactly
from women, because
from
women
women.
suddenly they'll be like, "Oh, you're Dangote. Oh, hi." It would change. Normal guys now, they were the ones saying, my name is, my name is." Nobody wanted to
Yeah.
hear. So yeah, that's true. We need to get a high level top guy for that.
Because and the reason why I ask is because I'm thinking, okay, at the end of the day, like the pum 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 is a commodity. Like
Mm.
except maybe you want to claim that you're doing kayamata, so maybe yon is more, but like at the end of the day, it's a commodity thing. So it's like, what exactly do you, especially maybe you were poor before, and girls did not really, come to you. So maybe it's the ease of it. Like people are throwing themselves. Like you don't have to do much, to get them, if that makes sense. Because I'm just trying to understand why you would go through all this stress for, like, get a steady chick and just call it. Like, I'm not saying make a girlfriend, just like, okay, sister, yeah, like, I really
They
don't understand
they will
that.
tell you, they will ask you, what is the fun in that? The richer
Mm.
the richer you seems, the richer people get, the bored, or I don't even know whether it's
Yeah,
bored or
is
what.
what can my
So
money
it's
buy?
like, exactly, it's a power thing. It's like,
Mm.
okay, I can get any girl I want, I can just give her money. And you see, even my question is, okay, a lot of these men, you can get any girl you want, yet you is a married woman you're looking for. Why?
Mm.
Why? It's just maybe the fact that you want to be happy. Like, I think sometimes it might be an insecurity thing,
Yeah,
because
I think so.
there's something you're
Mm.
insecure about. That's why
Yeah.
you're happy chasing a married woman, somebody
And
else's
stick to
wife,
yeah.
just to dominate, just to capture and show that, okay, you can get anybody you want, even somebody that is married. Just like you're above, you just want to feel like you're
Even
above everybody else.
yeah, even that lack of preference, because today like the girlfriends can, somebody can say, oh, he likes tall girls. Look at in this case now, the girl is 5'2". The other girls are like
Mm-mm.
5'11". It's just the
Yeah.
fact that they can go through as many women as possible. Me, I think there's an insecurity, or like you're not
Yeah.
sure.
I
There's
want
an
to say that
insecurity
it's
aspect.
beyond just, going for
Yeah,
married women. Like
going from
the need
yes
to
to
juggle that.
Compare.
sample as
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can't even find one that you can stick to. I think also they're insecure because they don't know if the person is with them because of their money, or
Fair.
which
Fair.
unfortunately in most cases, I mean, it's
That's
money.
a
But
valid. Yeah.
exactly, so if you're able,
That's a
because
good
I
point.
know
Yeah.
some women who are very rich and they're single, like Uncle D, and they have people servicing them and they switch around because they're scared. They don't know which guy is with them for money or not. So it's like, you know what, let me just enjoy the moment and enjoy
Mm.
whatever it is I'm getting from this maybe young boy or young man, and just next month another person, like
And
who's the
to
flavor of the month,
And to
you know.
reference a popular example, and I'm not saying she had multiple men, oh, please, nobody should go and
Yeah.
misquote this is a new year. But Auntie Linda Ikeja, I remember when she did her post that was, low-key shading her baby daddy. I think she was saying that what drew her to him was the fact that many of the guys that came around her when she was looking to
Okay,
date or
yeah.
whatever were like fans. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I
Mm.
think there was maybe that low-key concern of like, is this one really here for me, or is he here to attach to the
Or
brand?
yes,
And because this guy
yeah.
seems to be steady, like even with all the drama, he hasn't come out to say anything to, leverage off her fame. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
I
I
think this
think
is where
that,
people, and I think, yeah.
yeah, go on.
No, don't worry. No, actually,
It's,
you were, when you finish, I will say, because it's
Yeah,
something different.
yeah, no, so I was gonna say, like, I think that's a valid concern that you that people that have money that maybe
Yeah,
didn't find somebody in the pre-hustle days or whatever.
yeah.
I think
When
that's
you now have,
value, because human beings are interested when it comes to money,
I
right? And
think
then
that,
once they get in, it
yeah,
becomes a
Yeah.
whole different ball
I
game.
think that is the main insecurity. The
Main,
insecurity
yeah.
of a lack of trust of who is here
Yes,
because they
exactly.
actually like me. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that's
But
why some people say,
yeah,
like, if you have, like, people say, oh, money can be a blessing and a curse, because sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
have money, you can buy anything, but you're not even sure, or you're not settled because you're not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you have money, you can get any woman. But then again, inside, you're like, this, my money is attracting all sorts of people. So you're not even sure
Mm.
who is down for you, as in down, down. So that can be a problem for some people.
but
Mm.
is that a lazy how like put it, is that a lazy way out? Because okay, yes, for normal
Mm,
people, right, it's not my money that you're after, right?
yeah.
And of course that's always relative, right? You are a
Mm,
targeted to somebody in a sense,
Yep.
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
But is that a lazy way in the sense that you can't fully even in healthy relationships you can't fully know
Mm,
somebody before you get married to them,
yeah.
like so is it just a case of, because to me I think that this is how you have to approach like partnerships, is like you do your best, like you come into your own what is important to you, right? And then
Mm,
do your best to figure out if this person aligns to that, right? And then
yeah.
you kind of jump from there. Now I also think that people who are focused on gold digging have shown the signs from, with as with
Yeah.
many things, right, have shown the signs from day one. So it's not an issue of like for example, if the only time this person has your time, gives you attention, is when they want to ask for something, that's a red
Mm,
flag. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's
mm,
just a red flag. Or all of a
yeah.
sudden they were paying their bills, and once you came online, right, they still
Mm,
having many life problems and life issues. Her rent still becoming due. Her birthday was upcoming. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like if you're not being lazy and hiding behind an insecurity, I think you can't settle down and try to figure out, is this person here
and
for me or not?
can I also say, with regards to like the whole Dangote maybe having money, let me use money
Mm-hmm.
as an example.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'll use looks also as an example. So money and looks. So in my experience with some people I've spoken to, and and stuff like that, I noticed that when somebody knows, what you can do you get? So in this, let me say somebody knows that, oh, if I get married, I'm going to cheat on my wife. So he says, okay, I'm not going to marry a beautiful woman like me. I'm going to marry somebody who's average, because you know that if she was
Mm.
beautiful, it's part of the insecurity, but you're still scared because you know what you can do, and you're scared that the other person will do it back to you, but you're not ready to take what that person is going to give to you. So I think for me with money, it's also the same thing, because you're like, oh, because for you to be a rich, I mean, for you to get to level, Dangote is this guy. Dangote he's calm, he looks calm, but this guy is a tiger. Like when it comes to business, like
Yeah,
he's eating people up, he's canceling. So it's like he has that, he's in charge. He wants to always be in control, and he also wants to. He knows that he can prey on people, so he doesn't know if the person he chooses to marry, because he has been married 3 times. If a man can stay with a
really.
woman, yeah,
Yeah.
3 times. Do you get? So it's like he knows that I'm not sure. I know what I can do. I know that I can be a tiger, I can be mad. So you basically, for me, it's you can't dish. I mean, you can't take what you dish out. So instead of you to face it, you'd rather just let me just sample. But
Can I
in there, mm,
Yeah, can I share something really quickly when you talked about you're fine, but you don't want to marry someone as fine as you
yeah,
are, right? I was listening to, I don't know if you remember mommy mommy Funke Adejumo that came on that
I know
platform.
that one. A
Yeah,
war.
yeah. So her son, one of her sons is married to this girl, and I think her YouTube page is Tolulokwe Solutions. So he shared
Okay.
something about like the son came onto her channel to share something about spec, and he
Mm,
said that, because I think he's not too tall, and he
okay.
said that, oh, when he had his spec written down, he
Mm,
wanted a petite girl, right?
okay.
So he was, and he has like, but then his wife is a bit, I think she's his height, but
Mm.
when she
Okay.
wears heels that she likes to wear, then
It's
she's
taller.
taller. And he was like,
Mhm.
after this, they came from being friends, and then it evolved from there. He realized that it wasn't that he didn't find her beautiful, but he wanted
Yeah.
a petite lady because
Mm,
she would help mask the insecurity that he had about his height.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I think
Exactly.
it's a similar thing where, if you marry, I know what Alakija is married, but if he went for like
Mm,
an Alakija woman, or even without Alakija woman, if you go for like maybe a top bank lady that, isn't
Yeah.
married, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are Dangote, but most of what she wants for herself, she can provide.
Right.
You know what
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm saying? So she doesn't have the same incentive to almost like, worship at your feet. She's as in,
Yeah.
if she's a top person in a bank, she's not stupid. Like I'm not saying
Mm.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying this girl is stupid, but she seemed very again, I'm not saying she's stupid, but she was very in awe
Mm.
of the knowledge, right? That was coming
Yeah.
from him in a way that maybe an established banker, right? I mean
Mm.
that's what she does on a daily basis.
Okay.
So then she now has to hold you accountable for more than just Dangote, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which which
Yeah.
And then
which
another thing,
yeah,
another thing I've heard from men is that they don't want a woman that will give them wahala. So basically, you can pay for
oh
a side chick. She
Jesus.
will do her nails, she will come, she will fight, you buy her Range Rover because of argument. But if it is your wife, so it's again everything boils down. For me, I think it boils down to insecurity. A man or woman who is secure in himself. You go for what you want. You're not going to be afraid of, oh, what if this person does this? If it happens, then it happens. Then you move on. You get. So for me, I think it's more of an insecurity thing. Why men have playthings. I don't think it's even just, oh, we want to sample. How many peas are you going to sample now? Like how many? Everything almost feels the same. So how many are you going to
I
sample?
will push back, because there are many there out there that just want to sample. They are just
Mm.
sampling because they feel they can and they are allowed to and they have the freedom to. And their eyes just looks and it's like, okay,
Yeah, but we're
my
talking
eyes
about
look.
people. But we're talking about people because at this our kidney is Dangote. Do you get not
Mm-hmm.
basic ordinary men? If
Wow,
you're
wow,
I'm
Yeah.
sure as
wow,
no, but it's
wow,
true. Like
wow.
when a man gets to that level, there's a certain level of principle you have. There's a certain level of
Really? Do you think?
yes, there is. There's a certain level of principle, even stability, even like those things you've done them. So we're talking of
Hmm.
somebody who's older, who is a billionaire, who has power, who has fame, who is like a business tycoon, not a typical guy that
No,
likes to
that's
go
why I'm
clubbing.
saying that we are talking as if this same Dangote, we did not just see his yash and he was lying down.
Wow.
What I'm trying to say is that every human being is still a human being, regardless of how much money you have. Now,
Mhm.
Mm,
Dangote must have good principle, like he has built up principles and knowledge
mm,
and expertise in certain things. But
yeah.
in relationships with the opposite sex, to a
Mm,
relationship, that intimate relationships,
Mhm.
mm,
he might not be the best person at it, number one.
mm,
Number
yeah.
two, he might not even be somebody that he might not he might there might be a random basic, as you said, guy that is
Mm,
more experienced in keeping the side chicks to the side than he is. So
mm,
I personally believe that a lot of people are skilled in one thing, but they cannot be skilled in everything. And sometimes as well, it might be that his own preference is to have different people at different times. Mind you, it might be because this lady said she dated him for 2 years. So maybe that was the person he was in a
mm,
relationship for 2 years. Maybe they were exclusive. Maybe it wasn't that there was somebody everywhere and she was a side piece. Maybe she was the main chick and she was the only one.
mm.
And after the relationship didn't work out and went their separate ways. So I personally believe that let us not, because he is Dangote, believe that he is good at
Mm.
in every area of life. He might be lacking
That's the
in some
point. He's
certain
not.
things.
Mm,
Yes. He might be lacking in some certain things and then fall into traps. He might just want to go to a female, and sometimes it might be, as we have mentioned, it might be hard to find because
I
you lack
mean,
trust in who you're dealing.
yeah.
He just wants to go and lie down, as you said, they don't want stress, just wants to go and lie down and open his yash and be okay with himself. But unfortunately, they took video of him. It's
That's the
I
point.
don't
Like,
know.
if we're going by society standard, like, he already failed at marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like you can be a successful billionaire, but you failed at marriage 3 times, and that's like you can't have a personal connection apparently with a woman. So it's like I don't know, Sha. But
Or is it that? Because I think let's go back to like, and I agree with you, Eka, for taking out there and saying that you may be principled in business. 'Cause I think this is very standard with many Nigerian rich men. They may have principles or what it takes. Even because in Nigeria, if you are rich, doesn't always mean that you got there through a principled way. But
Mm-hmm.
you may
mm,
have what it takes, that grit to succeed in business. It doesn't mean that you bring that same energy to a relationship with the woman, because I think, as you were saying, Fa, men don't like women that give them wahala. But can we really define what wahala is? It's a woman that wants to hold you accountable. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you want to do whatever you like, and then she's wahala because she's holding you accountable. So like that's just 101, meaning that you don't want principles in your house or in your personal life. And to me, I think the question
wahala is also
yeah.
okay. No, I want to say, I've also heard people say wahala is like, that's what I was saying, like, I was using the side chick, Kini, as an example. Like, you don't want your wife to do her hair. Like, she's telling you, oh, I need 100K to do my hair, makeup, Kini, and you're saying that as wahala, but you're giving somebody else that money. So it's like, what's the woman there for? Do you get what I'm saying? So wahala is relative also. That's what I was trying to say. Might not even be that she's nagging. It's just basic stuff that you do for other girls outside.
But to me, it goes to me, it's related, right? If you married a deeper life member that doesn't like to do hair and nails, then all well and good. There's no argument there. But the whole idea that is back to the whole idea that you don't want your wife to look the way that you want your side chick to look for fear of people attracting her. To me, that's based in insecurity. You're doing the exact same thing you're afraid that she's going to do. And a woman that is into her own is not going to stand for that. I want to do my own nails, right? And I'm faithful to you, and you don't even want to have that argument, or even that like, let's negotiate. Do you get what I'm saying? You want to do what you want to do, and you now want to control. To me, that's based in an insecurity.
I just feel that a lot of people who step out of their marriages and cheat, or even relationships, I feel okay, especially for somebody who has done it, like maybe somebody who just fell into it and did it once. You have the cases where the person, but then I would even say that one should not be an excuse. Pam, 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 something happened. You made one mistake. Pam, there is mistake side, which you made mistake once and it should not now happen again. Oh. But then the ones that have it at the back of their mind, in fact, is a culture. They say that it is as Kelechi in the chat, that guy said, as he's a rich man, it is just the norm. He can't do without. There's some people that, especially in Nigeria, is a man's culture. We are polygamous in nature and all that crap that they say. I just believe there is a lack, as you said, there are insecurities, yes, but I think there's a lack of discipline. There's a lack of self-awareness. Is more of, this is how we are. So you don't have self-discipline to know that even if you're going to go and sit down, maybe you're mingling with your big boys, for example, because you have to build a business relationship with them. You don't know when to pull out. You're still enticed, and like you're not much. Is a lack of maturity. There are so many things to it, I think. And in the end, as everybody has said here, for us, I don't know whether male find it different too. Is the same. How many minutes will you do and it will end? But is that feeling of, like, especially when a man is rich, is that feeling of, I have the money to spend, I have the power, I can is a conquest, more like.
Conquer,
So I can do this. And then there is also that aspect of, a lot of women are coming to me, so I should give them myself because I am the father of all. I am the zaddy of all, or something like that. I just feel like there's a culture that has been accepted, and accepted by both genders as well, which is unfortunate. So an auntie will tell her niece or her daughter that all men cheat. So why are you making noise? Just allow him and stop giving him wahala. But then if the lady goes to go and also get a side piece for herself, they'll say, well, you prostitute, why will you do that? So I think it has just become a cultural thing that a lot of men, even, they do it not because they even intend to do it, but because they feel, and that is the lack of self-discipline. They feel, oh, that is the way we are. Is it really? Is it
It's
really?
not. I don't
How
mind
can
it.
you all be like that? You cannot. That's not the way you are. That is the way you have chosen to be. There's a choice here. So it's unfortunate.
Exactly.
But then a lot of men just do that, and then they blame it on, oh, this, whatever, whatever, whatever. It's not fair. If a woman is fine now, and then she goes out and they come and they are disturbing her, will you say the same thing? Will you use the same energy? You will not.
For me, I think to me, it's that cultural thing that I want to interrogate a bit more, right? In the sense that how I put it now, right? I've heard many men say things like this in the sense of, oh, in my business, life, right? I don't mind, going through, jumping all these hoops, right? Building the relationships, taking the risks, the whole 9 yards, right? But in my personal life, I don't want to do all that work. I'm like, you don't deserve, like, your personal life requires the same, what's the word now? The same
Yeah.
effort. And it's almost like men are comfortable with failure in business, but when it comes to emotional failure, it's almost like the world
Yeah, they
wants to
can't
end.
trust. They can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to a good relationship without being vulnerable. I've never seen it happen before.
That's the
Mhm.
Like
keyword,
I
Mhm.
say,
vulnerability.
you don't make
Yeah.
omelets without breaking eggs. Like, so you have to put yourself in a place where this person can, like, I'll give the person power that if
They
they
never want
misuse
to be
it, they can
vulnerable.
hurt me, you
Yeah.
know. And so to me, I'm like, if you can't get, and to me, that to me where I think is the at the heart, because I don't think
That is it.
is that they don't have any, because I think even men that have wives and side chicks, right?
Mm.
There's a main
Mm-hmm.
side chick.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
So there's some emotional connection there, but for some reason, I think that those many women act as insulation. In that, okay,
Mm.
oh,
Exactly.
if you start acting out, as they're leaving the door, three more are walking in. I also wonder if there's
Yeah.
also an aesthetic aspect to it, especially for older or non conventionally attractive men, in the sense
Men.
that you don't have six packs, you have pot belly, maybe you're
But you're roaming
short,
the street.
yeah, but you have money and stuff like that, right? So I think it's
Yeah.
even, I think there's an ego boost of, oh wow, I'm 60 and I'm obviously old.
Yeah.
I'm not like a Zaddy 60, right?
Yeah.
And this young girl is
True.
like, checking for me. There's also some ego, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
some ego things.
Yeah.
th-
Boost. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not too old for all of this. But then again, I feel like there's never an age for unresolved trauma. Not to say that, my bae is,
Yeah.
and I think that's how why these things play out. It's just easy. People, like, as you say
Yeah.
in Lagos, like,
You
money
don't want
makes
to
the
be
world go round.
invested, so you just
Exactly. You do not
yeah.
want to be invested. But then you're
Yeah.
not afraid that your wife will not cheat on you. I'm like, does this make sense to you? Like,
Exactly.
you're not putting your all at home. You now expect her to now, as in, what magic do you want to happen?
I think
It's
in all this
insane.
dementia, like the things they do, they cannot. If we do it to them, I mean, it's like the story they're showing on Twitter. Like they won't take it. This one, they are saying the woman killed him. Killed him how?
No,
Like if it
please,
happened to
that's
women, are
gonna be,
strong.
yeah. Let's keep, because I
Like
want
the
to dig
point is,
into that. I
Hmm.
want to dig into that because I'm like, you're not the first person that they cheated on, but let's keep that. But I think,
so
yeah. I'm sorry, go
yeah.
on.
So I just want to say to my uncle, Uncle D, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing for others. I'll be expecting you very soon.
Like, see, this is you see, when I started this
I was
thing
waiting to
early,
see the end though.
like when I started this podcast right now, saying that I thought I had friends. This is the reason why. So me and you now will not be sharing, man. I don't understand. As in, what do you mean you're
The
waiting for him?
palliative, what is it?
No, as in what? As in
Let us collect.
what do you need to palliate? As in, what exactly? As in, come through me. Come through me. Let me know your request. Then I can now know how to help you.
Wait, can I just point out that this is another issue? What you people have done now is another issue. Susie will be there.
Thank you.
Susie
Thank
is
you.
the main bay of the guy. And then Loretta, who is the friend of Susie, will go and be seducing
Thank you.
Dangote, for
Thank
example. This
you.
is how it happens.
Thank you.
Women are not loyal to
There is no need to even use example. Use Olori and F, because it just happened
uh
now. Yeah.
No, because let me even tell the truth. As much as these men step out and do stupid things, you have the ones that are there. I've even seen
Actively trying to.
actively trying. There are like this one is even that okay, there's husband and wife. And then
Yeah.
the friend of the wife, her own is that man cannot be this friend's own alone. She
Yeah.
wants to be the side chick and run.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, and that happens a lot to people that are rich. A lot of these
Mm.
friends, maybe they were not there when the husband and wife were hustling the hustle.
Suffer
But now, as he
exactly.
has made it, they are saying, "How can this woman be chopping this man alone? She's lucky." Blah blah blah. They will now come and infiltrate and possess possessions, and then all these type of things will happen. So there's that one again. In fact, there are many different loopholes with this thing that I don't even know. I don't even. I don't even know which side to, but then you people just acted out in real life scenario.
No, we didn't act because if I didn't call her out now, see, I saying that, oh, I'm expecting.
Wow.
No,
I'm
you were
expecting
here.
my palliative.
You were here that, oh, that I see what you're doing in other people's life, right?
No,
So,
but no, no,
I
no.
think
I
what does
think
that mean?
she meant it in the sense of he's a motivation to
Eh,
make you better.
Eh.
thank you.
May they motivate or you push on men too? As you go, I don't understand what you mean by is a motivation. For what? For what?
Dangote, it's only Dangote that has broken people's hearts and they are praising him. He's sweet. Oh God. To have money, in this life, it's sweet to have money. All of a sudden, I started reading. I said, okay, shattered into 1,000 pieces. I was like, another breakup story. Only for me to start seeing he motivated me, changed my life. I was like,
Wealth
wow,
of knowledge.
wealth of
Wealth of
knowledge,
knowledge.
wealth of knowledge.
Some was saying, I think I've heard a little bit about this, is that very rich men tend to be stingy as well. Like,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
they don't pay out as much as you would think, you know, they,
Especially
yeah. So that
the
if that
ones that made it, like they worked hard to get to where they are and they're still
It's a
working
lie.
hard to
exactly.
Who told you that
maintain.
gist? It's a lie.
No,
It's a
because some
lie.
some was say that if Auntie had receipt of Birkin and G Wagon, that maybe
Mm.
she won't, that maybe she won't be this pressed to come out. So that it seems like the only wealth she got was wealth of knowledge. That's just
But
the
the thing is,
truth
No, but
everybody's
around.
everybody's value is different,
it's
and then it depends on
different.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what you want. It also depends on the value the man places on you. But most importantly, because I believe any woman, if you're selling, if you're dating a billionaire or whatever, it's easy to get men in their, I don't know if I'll call it soft spots. If you know who you're dealing with. I've had to deal with this
Yes.
guy for 2 years. I'm sure she got those bags. She probably didn't tell us. She
No,
just told us
that
the one she wanted us to hear.
the thing
But it
is
depends.
she
Yeah,
interested in that?
that's the point.
Maybe
Is she
she is
interested in
more
that?
interested in
Mentors, okay,
yeah, no, maybe she is more
yeah,
interested in, look, I rather go and get connection for my business. She's entering
Yeah,
places that she never used to enter before. But it's
exactly.
and that will give her the access to whatever amount of Birkin bags that for herself than for him to just be giving her Birkin. You know, this lady, I must give her props because when I read what I when I read what she said, it was an
She's my
upgrade.
mentor.
It was
okay,
an upgrade from, oh my God, he took me on trips and all that crap.
fair,
Is
fair.
that she has investments. She realized
Yeah,
like there's more
and
to
he
it. At
taught
least
her apparently.
exactly your life is better. That is better to me than Birkin bag that you carry
Yeah,
it. As
you will
COVID
now sell
happened,
it
where are
again
you
after.
carrying it to?
Yeah,
Exactly.
On that
So
because
note,
they're different.
I'm sorry, let me
Yeah.
just touch on something really quickly to kind of bring it home because we have to wrap up soon. But I was going to say that it reminds me of Sade Okoya. I think that's her name. I know many
Mm,
people thought that she came in from like a side
gold
chick,
digger perspective.
yeah,
Yeah.
from a gold
yeah.
digger perspective. And in watching one of her interviews, she was like, the easiest way to get her husband to go on a trip is to say there's a business thing
Meeting.
attached, either a summit or let's go and look at a factory somewhere.
Yeah.
And so no, and not every girl can operate at that level of
That's the
Exactly.
making a
thing.
business interest their interest to get.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? So there are levels to this.
there are levels
Exactly.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
you must go on a higher level if you want to catch a higher fish
That is it.
and
Some people
stay
they're
for
okay
two
with
years
5K. 5K maybe
exactly.
every week they travel to Dubai, travel here, but there's no cash, there's no investment, there's nothing, but you're just collecting money and you're not doing anything with it.